Caw.
You should have put that.
Woo! All right, ready? Welcome back to Sports Talk in the Mancave. We are back once again for the 2023-2024 NFL season. We're happy to be back. It's been a while since we recorded.
Yeah.
You guys missed each other?
We did.
Yes, yeah, we didn't. We did not miss each other. No, yeah, we're very glad to be back, and here we are. We're going to do a few things a little different and a lot of the same things, of course, because we like to talk NFL football. We're going to talk about a few different topics today. I think we got about 4 different topics today to talk about. Of course, we always talk about the Cowboys because they're number one.
America's team.
America's team, baby.
Team. So we gotta talk about
whether you like it or not. And then we're going to talk about breakout teams that we were thinking. We're going to talk about Manzel. You all saw the special on Manzel on Netflix. That was pretty good. So we're going to talk about that. And then there's a little quarterback controversy also. So let's go ahead and start. First of all, the preseason was pretty good. Cowboys played great. Dak showed that he can call some plays from the sidelines pretty good. What did you all think about the Cowboys?
I like the running backs that are coming up, the backups, Dowdle and short kick, Deuce Vaughn.
Yeah.
I think they're going to do a really good job.
I think they're going to do good.
I think they're going to be a good running back by committee. I don't think they're going to put it all on Pollard. I think they're going to help him out, and I think that's going to help Dak out.
What was the guy's name that played this last game?
Dowdle.
Yeah, Rico Suave Dowdle.
That guy. Yeah, he played really good. I liked that I think he's big enough to block well.
Yeah.
Well, he's like 6 foot, 225.
Yeah, and he's pretty fast and he ran well.
Young legs.
He doesn't look like a fumbler so far. So
Well,
We'll
he did fumble inside the 5-yard line in the long run.
did he?
Yes. 2 games ago.
He looks a little bit like a fumbler. Get him out of there.
Well,
Yeah, no. So I don't know. We'll see how he does. I mean, it looks like running back. I think they're going to do good. What about receivers?
Well, they picked up Brandon Cooks,
Yep.
and I think that's a good compliment to CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb runs good routes,
Yeah.
so he'll get open underneath, and Cook will open up the defense.
I think that's a really good combination coming up because CeeDee Lamb could get open from the slot. He does get some room, but with another good receiver coming in, they're not just going to be able to. They might even be able to put him out in different places.
Yeah, I think we needed that burner on the outside, and that'll free up the other guys. They also have the 4th round pick from last year that he looked really good in the preseason, and then they have Turpin also. So we have some weapons. Not like last year. I think this team's a little bit more seasoned, a little bit more depth, so we can kind of sustain those injuries that they had in the past.
On paper, they look a little scary. They look good. They look like they can do some damage.
And I think the offensive line is going to come around, and they don't need to open huge holes. They just need to open really quick holes, and they can hit them quick. These guys can hit them quick, like Pollard.
I think Martin coming back is a big difference. I think he's always very good. So he can block very well, prevent those sacks. And what do you all think about Dak? I mean, he played great in the preseason.
Did he?
What do you mean?
I don't put too much stock on the interceptions because they're playing the same the same scheme every single day. The cornerbacks, everybody knows what they're gonna do. I think that they're out there just competing. He's throwing that ball out. He's trying to make the Diggs compete as well as his receivers, and I really don't put much
Diggs is
stock.
trying to make him compete.
Yeah,
Diggs is calling him and poking at him.
But there's competition, Charlie. It goes both ways.
No, but I
he's
think
gonna go at him as well.
I think there's something behind it. I think he's just trying to make Dak better. I don't think that's his quarterback. No matter what, that's his quarterback.
Yeah.
But he's just trying. I think he knows that Dak can do better, and he's just poking at him and poking at him so that he can.
It's time.
I'm just kidding. No.
I mean, it had seemed that he was more accurate as of last year when he was playing, and then he got hurt again, right? And then so he didn't play, and then Cooper Rush came in and played. Hopefully the accuracy gets better.
I think he he goes through like these little spurts where he's real accurate, and then just one will be like terrible and it'll be a pick. Like, but he's accurate at times, but then when he's off, and it's like.
And I think he had maybe about 6 or 7 interceptions where they just came off
Bounce
the
off the
hands. I
hands,
mean,
yes.
but you could say the same thing
Every
about maybe.
quarterback has those.
I mean, you could say the same.
Not
thing.
as many as
I
Dak.
mean, it seemed like he had a lot bunch of, but then you could also say that maybe they dropped a couple too. So like, I think it goes both ways, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we did see a couple that fell out of the defensive hands.
Offensively, they look good. Defensively, what do you guys think?
Great.
Great.
Ooh, I think we're a little bit thin at the linebacker. I think that Overshown Overshown was going to help a lot, and so I think we're a little bit thin there. I really not that familiar with the other linebackers. I know we have Andres, he's always got that neck stinger thing, you know, and then of course Parsons has been reliable, you know, every year. But I mean, other than that, I think that some new guys that we have there are going to have to step up.
They're gonna have to.
I think they're going to do very well. They're probably going to be one of the top defenses.
The schedule, I mean, is always tough. Of course, they're gonna start off with the Giants. So, being that none of the starters played, do you think they're gonna do a good job in that first game?
I think they're gonna be rusty that first half.
I think they're gonna be rusty, man. Yeah.
But I think they'll get the win.
Okay, good. You guys think they're gonna do okay that first game?
I think so, depending on, maybe if there's a young lineman that has first, second year, if they have one of those out there, maybe he'll make some mistakes.
I mean, they
But I think
They have scrimmage against other teams in practice, but nothing like the bright lights, right? It's a little bit different.
Right.
So I guess, I mean, you could see a little bit, but maybe by halftime, second, third quarter, it'll be off, and
We'll see.
those jitters will be out of the way.
Oh boy, we'll see. So let's move on a little bit on to. There might be some breakout teams that we are looking at, and I don't know if you guys have had enough chance to really look at the NFC and the AFC, and is there any teams that you think that are going to be breakout teams this year?
I have look, my team from the AFC. I'm gonna choose a team that didn't even make the playoffs last year, and I see them going all the way, maybe, and like this is a prediction, all the way to the AFC Championship game. And that's the Cleveland Browns. I think what Deshaun Watson has a year off. Last year he had a lot of rust because he hadn't played in about a year and a half.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they already have a really, really good defense. They solidified the offense. They have probably the best running back in the NFL, Chubb, and they have some pretty good receivers as well as a tight end. So I think that the Cleveland Browns, that's my pick to come out of nowhere. Actually, put money on that. And then on the NFC, I like the Chicago Bears. I think the Chicago Bears, they're going to make some noise, especially in that weak division. Now that Aaron Rodgers is gone, and they could possibly take that whole division. Top that.
that was.
I might challenge that.
My surprise breakout team is the Cowboys. I think, last year they didn't win the division. They made the playoffs. They did okay, but every year they disappoint us, at the end. But I think this is the year where Dak finally breaks through and has his best year ever. I think he has guys around him. He has competition now at the backup spot with Trey Lance there. They put a little pressure on him. So I think he's going to have a breakout year, and I think he's going to take him over the top this year. Cowboys are my breakout team.
All right. Any AFC team?
I don't want to steal anybody's team. I don't know who you got. Do you have an AFC team? I'm thinking the Jaguars.
I was gonna say maybe the Jaguars.
I'm thinking the Jaguars.
Okay.
Yeah, no, everybody talks about the Eagles, Cowboys winning the division. Last year, Washington came out strong at the end.
They did.
They did.
So I think Washington, for me, will be the breakout team. I think the Cowboys will be battling. The Cowboys and the Eagles and the Redskins will be battling it out. Commanders will be battling.
All right. Commanders and
I would go with
Texans.
no. I was gonna say the Jags as well, but
The Jaguars, yeah.
no, Jags.
I guess I'm the only one left. Okay, I'm gonna go with the Lions.
The The Lions, yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
They didn't make the playoffs last year.
Yeah, so the Lions are going to be a breakout team in the NFC. AFC, I don't think they're going to do that great, but I'm just going to go with the Jets because they have who know.
And they didn't make the playoffs either, so I think
Yeah.
they're going to do good also. I like the Jets.
So those are two actual breakout teams.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna have a terrible year.
I think so too, but
That's my team anyway.
I hope he does have a terrible year too.
All right. So those are our picks for now. But let's go on to Manzel, Johnny Manziel. It's kind of an interesting topic because it was on Netflix. It was a good story, sad story. But I mean, what did you guys think about that special on Johnny Manziel?
I mean, I think we all knew he wasn't the best person. He wasn't the most responsible person. We all heard the stories about him. But I think this kind of just solidified our perspective on him, our opinion on him. Like, he was a piece of shit. Like, he had it all, and he had nobody to blame except for himself. He couldn't control himself. He was on drugs. He was partying. He wasn't taking anything seriously. So I think what happened to him, he deserved it. He earned it.
He wasn't studying the playbook.
It was interesting to see, though, how he was having all that success in college and still partying and going to games hungover, and he was still having all that success. He must have been really good. And another thing that stood out to me is he admitted to taking all that money from people for signing autographs and memorabilia and stuff, and they don't take his Heisman Trophy like they took Reggie Bush's.
That's true.
Like, I think Reggie Bush needs to get his back.
Well, you guys think anything about
Yeah,
it?
I mean,
What to say about it?
Yeah, well, look, I think my opinion is a little bit different than Carlos's. He was a great college quarterback, just like Tim Tebow. But I don't think that he was a bust. I think that he was never a pro prospect because his game is just like Kyler Murray's. They're too small. That's why they were always hurt. Every time he had the ball, he was always on provision. Those guys in the NFL are just those linebackers are just as fast as the quarterbacks, the running backs, the wide receivers. So he couldn't get away with that, So I think that he took it. He banked on his fame, and I think that he knew deep inside that he wasn't a pro prospect, just like Tim Tebow wasn't, just like Charlie Ward. There's a lot of quarterbacks that their games just don't go, translate to the pros, and in every sport, basically in every sport. Also, I mean, you're all right about what he said. I mean, about his personality. He was the anti-Tebow, right? Like completely different. So this guy basically said, "I'm bigger than the whole college. I'm bigger than the Cleveland Browns," and he hadn't accomplished anything. So he was very selfish. But the most money he made, believe it or not, was off the Netflix documentary. He made 50 to 60 million off that Netflix documentary, and so like he didn't make his money until like recently, really. So like he was just addicted to the fame, and like he cared more about that than his teammates and than his profession. But like I said, he took his game as far as he could go, because also he tried again to make the comeback. He went to the CFL. He couldn't even knock out the starting quarterback in the CFL. So that just shows how good he was, and that's wide open football. And he couldn't even knock out the starter. So I don't think that he was ever a pro prospect.
And how about all the lies, like from the college coaches and everything to hide everything, and that's something that's unbelievable because they shouldn't be getting away with stuff that happened in college.
But if you watch the Gator one, Tebow one, same thing with Urban Meyer. He let so many things go. He made look the other way more than anybody else has ever looked the other way, probably. But that's just throughout all of college football. And Manzel, well, he got away with a lot because he was Johnny Manziel. They would stop him. What was the story? They stopped him, and the cop was like, "Oh, just go ahead." He was going like 100 miles an hour.
Well, what's the common denominator is the millions they're making for the colleges, and that's why they're allowing them to get away with anything they wanted. And was it wrong for him to take the money? I mean,
no.
Ethically, yes, but no, not really. I mean, because look at how much they're making off of your jersey and off of your sale, off of your presence and everything. So,
yeah, that's why I said they shouldn't take his Heisman Trophy. They should give Reggie Bush's back.
Yeah. You had a lot of good points, but you said he wasn't a bust, and I have to challenge it.
Okay.
The guy was a
I thought I
bust.
said he was a
I
bust.
The guy was a bust.
I said he was a bust.
You said he was.
No, you said he
He
wasn't.
wasn't a
His
bust
team.
because he was never meant to be there.
Yeah, you said he was.
But
never
he was a
gonna
bust
stay
because
there.
he was
You're
drafted
right.
so
You're
high.
right. Yeah.
He was drafted so high.
Yeah.
He was a
Boy, that was an easy
Yeah.
one.
He conned him.
All right.
He conned him.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, let me review it.
Yes, he was a bust, right? He was a bust.
It was a bust.
Check the film.
I like when they said that they checked his iPad hours and it was 0.
Yeah.
That's awful.
He thrived on that.
That is awful.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right, so let's move on. Today there was a comment by Joe Montana that Marino is actually the GOAT, not Tom Brady. Do you guys got any comments on that?
Well, I'll say this. Like, when we talk about the GOAT in basketball, what's the number one thing?
Michael Jordan.
What's the number one thing all you all say?
Not me.
Championships.
Yes, exactly. How many does Dan Marino have? None. And I think
None.
even though that's not the main thing you have to look at, that's one of the things you have to look at. So I don't think he should even be mentioned. He's, like you said, he's very talented, but should he be mentioned in the GOAT? Not at all. When there's Joe Montana himself, he won 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady.
4.
Joe
4
Montana
no.
Ford.
4 no.
Yeah,
Tom
4.
Brady. So there's all these other quarterbacks. Even Aaron Rodgers could be higher up there.
Yeah.
Even Eli Manning. No, I'm just not Eli Manning.
Nick Foles.
But there's all these other quarterbacks that could be mentioned in the GOAT conversation because they have a ring. They've proved that they can do it. Dan Marino never did it.
So in the NBA, I mean, if you were to say that, I mean, it's Bill Russell, right? Even though those 8 teams, right? So I mean, not really. In the NFL, I mean, when it comes to like, we're talking about this earlier, right? There's a lot of that doesn't mean that he's the best quarterback. It just means that he was in the there's a lot of luck involved. You always say Tony Romo would have been better if he had a better defense or whatever. You know what? Maybe he would have won one, right?
Yeah.
So if for example, if Tom Brady doesn't get drafted, if he gets drafted by the Browns, does he ever even make a Super Bowl? Does he ever do we ever hear from him? I think Jim Kelly, he would have won 2 Super Bowls if he had a kicker like Vanderjagt. A lot of people look at LeBron James as a loser, like people the anti, right?
Yeah.
Because he's 4-6, right? So if Tom Brady loses those 2 Super Bowls, which is against the Falcons and against the Seahawks, he was in the sideline. He didn't really do anything. I mean, like, do they call him? Do they put him in the same category as LeBron and say Joe Montana's never lost? So I mean, talent-wise, no. He has a lot of maybe intangibles. Maybe he's the greatest as far as intangibles, but talent-wise, I don't think he's talented than a lot of quarterbacks that have played the game.
Brady, not just for playing the game or anything like that. I think he's more of the GOAT for giving up his money to put good players around him and making himself a winner by giving up that money and putting those players around him.
Right.
He's not better than Joe Montana.
I think Brady knew
He's
the
not-
money was going to come from someplace else, no matter what.
His wife.
And his wife. And
FTX.
yeah, that's where it came from. But yeah, he did that. He gave it up, got a better team, and that made all the difference. As opposed to what you see now with all the other quarterbacks, they just want the money. Once they get the
Almost every other athlete.
yeah, it's like that's all they want. It's give me the money, and that's it.
Well, that may end sometime soon because these players that are coming out 2 years before they should get paid and asking for their money, they're not giving them their money. They might as well just let them go.
But I think they're catching up. I mean, look at Kyler Murray. He ripped them off just like Zeke ripped off the Cowboys. 2 years left on his deal and he's holding out. He knew that he was limited. I mean, Kyler Murray, like he thought about it. He's like, you know what? I'm coming off in a pretty good season. I was the number 1 pick. I better hold out right now before I get discovered. Because I mean, once they get a couple of years of tape on you, I mean, they're gonna figure you out.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see. So a lot of these guys have that imposter syndrome, right? And they're just living off of that, and they bank out, and then that's it, and then they flame out of the league.
Zeke Elliott, good year, just so he can get a contract, and then that's it.
Yeah, where they say he's still running on the sand, right? Because I mean, he's just really slow, right?
Well, let's see what kind of a year he has.
Yeah.
All
right.
About the Patriots?
Patriots, yeah.
Patriots.
Hopefully we'll do fine. We'll see. All right. Not a lot of disagreements here, though, on anybody. but we do have a little competition outside. So we're gonna compete to see who is right.
We take a commercial break.
We're gonna take a commercial break.
Let me just warm up a little bit.
We'll be back in 60
This
seconds.
video is sponsored by Alpha Cave. Yeah, sorry. All right, guys. So here we go. We're going to have a little competition. Let's see who's the best at accuracy here. Much like Dak is very good at accuracy. So I'm going to step back here.
Already, but he didn't record.
Yeah, it didn't count. Didn't count. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. These guys are ready here. All right. Here we go. Not very accurate. Whoa! All right, you got one. What a loser. What a loser.
Back shoulder.
You okay, man? Yes, he's fine. He's fine. He's okay. How do you feel about that? You did okay?
I feel that the cameraman was.
You did okay?
I feel that my cameraman was not.
Okay, Doug, did you do okay?
I did
Let the
alright.
cameraman go, man. All right. Here we go. Whoa, he makes it. Whoa, he does not make it. All right. Let's get a shot from here. Whoa! Woo! Jeez. All right, two.
I think I get a do-over.
Carlos, you think you're going to win this one?
I think so. I thought we were
Alright.
warming up.
Hey. Not much competition.
Gilbert, I know they're soft.
Pressure's
but
on,
watch
man.
out with the window.
Pressure's on.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait a minute. We're going to record you from this side. All right, here we go.
I think I need to escape there. No.
You have to make two
Ready?
at least, man.
Okay.
Two. Oh, that was so close.
Oh,
One.
there's a tag.
Two! Wait, you got to stand that up.
Cleaner.
This is for the win.
I'm clutch right here.
Oh, tiebreaker time. All right, tiebreaker.
So we got to do a little one.
Each of you get two balls here, and you're either going to get a touchdown, a field goal, a first. If you get a first down, you get to go again. You want to alternate?
This line right here or what?
That sounds good.
Right here?
Wait a minute. Let me get on this side here.
Alright,
Ah, there we go. Whoa, holy moly.
ready? Get that?
I'm in the wrong place. Whoa, that was close. This is for the win. Nada, hijo. You can do it. You can do it. Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. In this center.
Wow.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
I get one more, right? This is for the win.
This is for the win.
For the win. Got ice in my veins.
Okay, let's get you guys closer.
Oh, we got this. You got this. You got this.
Charlie, who do you think's gonna win this?
Alright,
I think
starting fresh, right? 2 and 2?
Gilbert's being closer.
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, interception!
Oh,
Sorry.
Interception. You threw an interception.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I was aiming for that win.
Well, Dak.
Alright, so I didn't even know. So
Field goal,
Interception,
touchdown, or
you
first
should
down.
get a,
I
you
need
should
my
get a second shot.
You need your glasses. Okay.
No, you should get a like.
Whoa! First down. You go
Gotta
again.
get a touchdown, right?
Yeah, touchdown. Or 2 field goals.
Touchdown or two.
We make the rules up as we go. Okay, here goes Gilbert. Look like a pitcher, man.
Just for the team.
Wow. You don't care for your team. Whoa! Touchdown!
Touchdown.
I gotta be right
All right, come on, Gilbert. Oh, we got a winner.
He didn't die.
There, well, I'm the quarterback here.
That's right. Good job. Good job.
What do I win?
You win baby formula, like you said, man.